Today the topic I am going to take up is the types of reproduction. As we very well know, हमें बहुत अच्छे से पता है इस दुनिया में जितने भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैं, like 1.7 बिलियन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म जिनको हमने खोज लिया है, उनकी रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रैटेजी बेसिकली दो ही तरह की है. दे कैन बी क्लासिफाइड मेनली इनटू टू रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रैटेजीज. One of them we call it as asexual reproduction, right? One of them we call as asexual reproduction, and the other one we call it as sexual reproduction. Now, the next point is, what are the characteristic of these two types of reproduction? इनके क्या characteristic features हैं और क्या advantage and disadvantage है? So let us come first to asexual reproduction. Let us talk first in terms of parents. We know that asexual reproduction में they are uniparental. Only one parent is required. Parental. We know that only one parent is involved. यानी कि एक ही पेरेंट पूरा का पूरा ब्लूप्रिंट देता है एंड बच्चा केवल एक ही पेरेंट से जन्म लेता है. सो वी कॉल इट एज यूनिपेरेंटल. नाम ही से पता लग रहा है asexual. there is no different, there is no, the organisms are not differentiated into two sexes, male and female. Rather the offspring is born from only one parent. So we call it as asexual reproduction. Now the second thing is, if only one parent is involved, as I said in asexual reproduction, my next question is, what are the units of reproduction here? मतलब पेरेंट जो अपना यूनिट ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन इनका क्या है? The unit of reproduction here in asexual reproduction is, we call it as asexual propagules. These asexual propagules, sexual propagules, मतलब कि अगर पेरेंट एक ही पेरेंट से बच्चा पैदा हो रहा है तो पेरेंट जो यूनिट देता है जिससे बच्चा पैदा होता है, that unit, what do we call it? We call it as asexual propagules. Now this asexual propagules may vary from proper, P-R-O-P-A-G-U-L-E-S. They may vary from organism to organism. In some organism, this asexual propagule is called as bud. जैसे हम लोग हाइड्रा में देखते हैं बडिंग, तो उस केस में पेरेंट क्या यूनिट देता है? से दिस इज अ हाइड्रा. ठीक है, यहाँ पर क्या है? This parent is going to give, so this asexual propagule जिससे actually बच्चा पैदा होगा, that we call it as bud. In some organism like fungi, we call these asexual propagules as spores. In case of fungi, right? So in general, I am calling them to be asexual propagules. ठीक है? Now the third thing that comes over here is, let me draw this straight, little better. The third is, after unit of reproduction, first I spoke this, then what is the type of cell division that is involved? या cell division कौन सा आपका involved है? क्योंकि एक ही parent को पूरा का पूरा blueprint देना, it is uniparental. This is one parent. Thus parent will give rise to the offspring. The entire genetic material will pass from only one parent, right? So normally we say here that the cell division involved is mitosis, right? We say that the cell division involved is mitosis. Now, what is the relationship of the offspring? How does the offspring look as comparison to the parent? We call the offsprings to be clones of the parents. Clone किसको बोलते हैं बेटा? Those organisms which are, they are not only clones with the parent, they are also clones amongst each other. ये बच्चे भी एक दूसरे के clone होते हैं. What are clones? Clones are those organisms which are morphologically and genetically similar. They are morphologically and genetically similar. मतलब जो बच्चा होगा, क्योंकि पूरा का पूरा ब्लूप्रिंट एक ही पेरेंट दे रहा है, तो obviously the genes between the parent and the offspring and also between the offspring is going to be identical, and once the genes are identical, the morphology is meant to be identical, right? That means in terms of variation, there is no variation in these organisms, right? There is no variation in these organisms. As a result, they do not contribute to evolution. इनका एवोल्यूशन में कंट्रीब्यूशन नेग्लिजिबल या नो के बराबर होता है, राइट? So these are some of the characteristics of asexual reproduction. I'll repeat. Asexual reproduction is one where the entire blueprint is passed from one parent to the offspring. So it is uniparental. Different organisms, they pass off different units. The unit that the parent passes, so that from there the offspring can arise, they are called as asexual propagules. They can vary from organism to organism. It can be bud in some organism, spore in some organism. Since here the entire blueprint is passed from the parent to the offspring, normally the cell division involved is mitosis. The offsprings, they are clones. They are morphologically and genetically identical. There is no variation and no evolution over here. किसमें पाया जाता है? Now let us see in which organisms is this found. It is normally found in lower organisms. So let us come in case of plants. It is normally found in lower plants like algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte. And case of animals also, it is normally found in case of lower animals, that is invertebrates. ठीक है, वर्टिब्रेट पे हम लोग कहते हैं नॉर्मली नहीं पाया जाता, that is in case of invertebrates. Now I want to vertebrates. Now I want to tell you that in case of plants, right, even higher plants like angiosperms, they show this. I'll give you an example. Like angiosperms में भी asexual reproduction होता है. जैसे आपको पता है angiosperms में रोज देख लीजिए. इन रोज प्लांट कटिंग से नया प्लांट होता है. एक प्लांट है रोज का, उसको काट दीजिए, उसको जमीन में लगा दीजिए, उससे नया प्लांट बन जाएगा. That means in lower plants also asexual reproduction, higher plant like angiosperm also asexual reproduction can take place, but animals में normally हम लोग कहते हैं it takes place in only lower or animals like invertebrate. हम लोग normally कहते हैं कि vertebrate पे नहीं होता. ठीक है, एक बार हमने ये सारे characters देख लिए. Let me in terms of parents, it is uniparental. In terms of unit of reproduction, different units of reproduction in terms of bud, spores are formed. The cell division involved is mostly mitosis. The offsprings, they are morphologically and genetically identical. Hence no variation is caused. Hence no evolute does not contribute to evolution, and it takes place normally in lower plants and animals. Right? This is what I have told you. Now यहाँ पर हम आपको एक स्पेशल टाइप का असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन बताएंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पार्थेनोजेनेसिस. मैं एक बार यहाँ लिख रही हूँ, मैं बाद में इसको मिटा दूंगी. अभी मैं आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट अ स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन कॉल्ड एज पार्थेनोजेनेसिस. यू नो व्हाट इज अच्छा, वन मोर थिंग. यहाँ पर हम लोग इंपॉर्टेंट चीज डील करना भूल गए. ठीक है, मैं यहीं पे आई डोंट हैव प्लेस, सो आई विल जस्ट पुट इट हियर. ऑफस्प्रिंग के बाद आर गैमेट्स फॉर्म्ड हियर, यहाँ पे डाल देते हैं. Are gametes formed here? Normally we say that asexual reproduction में there is no gamete formation, क्योंकि ये तो sexual reproduction है नहीं, so we say that no gametes are being formed. Normally we say this, right? So I forgot to deal with this point, that is in terms of gametes. ठीक है? Now I will tell you about a special type of reproduction called as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis एक ऐसा type का reproduction है जहां पर the offspring is born from unfertilized eggs. Partheno means virgin and genesis means creation. That means virgin female से बच्चे create होते हैं. Virgin female means it does not involve the formation of the involvement of male. अकेले female से हमारे reproduction होते हैं, right? So ये जो parthenogenesis है, यहाँ पर female lays unfertilized eggs, and from unfertilized eggs, there is a female. She will lay eggs. The eggs will be unfertilized eggs, and from these unfertilized eggs, offsprings are born. Now चलिए अब इसको हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं whether parthenogenesis should be considered as asexual or not. Yes, parthenogenesis is asexual. Why? Because here only one parent is involved. As you can see, the female lays unfertilized eggs. The male does not contribute. हम लोग male gamete sperm को यहाँ नहीं लेते, अकेले female से बच्चा हो रहा है. So obviously यहाँ पर अगर आप देखेंगे, so this is uniparental, right? अच्छा, यहाँ पर unit of reproduction is not bud or spore. Unfortunately or fortunately, you can see here they are unfertilized egg. That means the unit of propagation is a egg. That means gamete is being formed. तो अब देखिए, since यहाँ पर एक ही पेरेंट से बच्चा हो रहा है, तो obviously the offspring will normally be a clone, right? Obviously there will be no variation. Hence, it will not contribute to evolution. So, parthenogenesis should be placed into asexual reproduction. But here we find that normally हम लोग कहते हैं कि asexual reproduction में हमारा सेल डिवीजन माइटोसिस होता है, पर यहाँ पर हम क्योंकि एग बना रहे हैं तो हमारा डिवीजन यहाँ पर मियोसिस भी हो सकता है. I just wanted to tell you in exceptional cases asexual reproduction में the cell division can also be meiosis. It is in case of parthenogenesis जहाँ unfertilized egg से बच्चा बनता है and egg बनाने के लिए अगर ploidy of the parent is diploid, if the ploidy of the parent is diploid, it may undergo meiosis. If it is haploid, then it will undergo mitosis. So यहाँ पर meiosis या mitosis दोनों हो सकता है, right? Second मैंने आपको कहा था कि यहाँ पर no gametes are formed. बट हम देख रहे हैं पार्थेनोजेनेसिस में अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग से बनता है. दैट मींस इन asexual reproduction we do not say that gametes are not formed. We say that gamete may or may not be formed, but there will be no fusion of gametes. Gametes may or may not be formed, may or may not be formed, ठीक है, be formed, but there will be no fusion of gametes. Gametes should not be fused. No fusion of gametes takes place. Right? Gametes takes place here. Is that clear? So this is about your asexual reproduction का characteristic. Now let me discuss it once again before I move to sexual reproduction. As I told you, asexual reproduction is that type of reproduction. Now, how will you define asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is that type of reproduction which involves only one parent with or without formation of gametes, right? Since here only one parent is involved, normally the type of cell division is mitosis. In rare cases, meiosis may take place. The offspring is normally a clone. A clone is an organism which is morphologically identical and genetically identical both to the parent as well as to its to its अदर पियर्स से मतलब और भी जो बच्चे पैदा होते हैं वो सब आपस में कैसे होंगे, मॉर्फोलॉजिकली एंड जेनेटिकली आइडेंटिकल होंगे. इसमें वेरिएशन नहीं होता. यहाँ पर एवोल्यूशन में इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन नेग्लिजिबल है. नॉर्मली ये लोअर प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स में पाया जाता है, लेकिन कभी कभी हायर प्लांट एंजियोस्पर्म में भी अ वेजिटेटिव पार्ट यानी कि रूट स्टेम लीफ से रिप्रोडक्शन हो जाता है. एंड हम कहते हैं एनिमल्स में नॉर्मली असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन लोअर एनिमल्स में होता है, बट पार्थेनोजेनेसिस एक ऐसा स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन है जो हायर एनिमल्स में भी होता है. मैं आपको बता दूं पार्थेनोजेनेसिस का एक एग्जांपल है लिजर्ड. There are many lizards which undergo parthenogenesis. There are many rotifers. Now rotifer is a type of bird. Lizard is a type of reptile. And reptile and birds किस में आते हैं? Higher chordates में आते हैं. So though asexual reproduction takes place in only lower plants and animals, but it may take place in higher plants in angiosperm from root, stem and leaf called as vegetative propagation. It may take place in higher organism in chordates from reptiles and birds as well as in case of parthenogenesis. Is that clear? अब आ जाते हैं, once you understand what are the basic characteristics of asexual reproduction, now we will go for the significance of asexual reproduction. Right? Now let us come for the significance of asexual reproduction. Significance of asexual reproduction is first, it involves only one parent. क्योंकि इसमें only one parent is involved. So obviously the process is quite uncomplicated. मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, एक पेरेंट को दे देना है. It does not depend, there is no dependency. सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में क्या है, जब तक दोनों पेरेंट्स तैयार नहीं होंगे रिप्रोडक्शन नहीं हो सकता. बट यहाँ तो अकेले रिप्रोडक्शन कर सकता है. सो आई एम नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन एनीवन. सो देयर इज नो डिपेंडेंसी. एज अ रिजल्ट द प्रोसेस इज वेरी फास्ट, काफी फास्ट होता है. एंड इट प्रोड्यूसेस अ वेरी लार्ज नंबर ऑफ ऑफस्प्रिंग्स. in a very short span of time. टाइम भी इसमें कम लगता है क्योंकि प्रोसेस अनकॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, शॉर्ट टाइम, राइट. इसमें जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं ये क्लोन्स बनते हैं. क्लोन्स बनने का अपना एडवांटेज एंड डिसएडवांटेज है. क्लोन बनने का एडवांटेज ये है कि ऑब्वियसली द गुड जीन्स आर प्रिजर्व्ड, द जीन्स आर प्रिजर्व्ड ओवर जनरेशंस, राइट. डिसएडवांटेज भी है, इसमें वेरिएशन नहीं होता, बट फिलहाल वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द एडवांटेजेस, राइट. एक बात बता दें, asexual reproduction is still prevalent in many plants and animals, lower plants, animals also. In fact, many higher plants and animals are also showing asexual reproduction. Definitely, asexual reproduction has certain demerit. So one of the biggest demerit is that in asexual reproduction there is no variation, and variation is very important for long-term continuity of species, that is evolution. But still, if nature has selected asexual reproduction and asexual reproduction prevails till today, कुछ ना कुछ तो उसका फायदा होगा कि नेचर में आज भी इतने सालों बाद भी नेचर ने असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन को रखा हुआ है. असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन एक बहुत ही अच्छा स्टैंड बाय मैकेनिज्म है, फॉल बैक मैकेनिज्म है, एक अश्योर्ड मैकेनिज्म है बच्चे प्रोड्यूस करने का. यानी कि एक ऐसी स्ट्रैटेजी है जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा तामझाम नहीं है और बड़ी आसानी से बच्चे हो जाते हैं. सो असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन हैज इट्स ओन एडवांटेजेस एज वेल. Yes, it has its own disadvantages too. Now let us discuss the disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage of asexual reproduction is that there is no variation, and since there is no variation, right, it will not later it will not lead to evolution. If the environment condition changes, then the organism may be in a state of fix. उसको मुश्किल हो सकती है अगर environmental conditions change हो गए और variation ना हो, तो हो सकता है adaptability. Variation leads to what? Variation leads to adaptability. And अगर वेरिएशन नहीं होगा तो वो चेंजिंग कंडीशंस में अडेप्ट नहीं कर पाएगा, तो लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाएगा. हेंस ये अपने आप ये इवॉल्व करके it will not be able to evolve, EVOL, and survive in with the changing conditions. एक चीज याद रखना, variation gives new adaptive features, and new adaptive features allows you to adapt in the changing circumstances. Thus, it helps you to continue for a longer time. It brings about certain evolutionary changes in your body, and thus it allows you to survive even after the environmental conditions they change. So these are the disadvantages of asexual reproduction. Now that we have completed asexual reproduction ka both the characteristic, significance and disadvantage and where it is found, now we will compare it with sexual reproduction. So I'll just rub this column, significance wala, and I'll just compare it with sexual reproduction. Now very quickly we'll go through that. In sexual reproduction, we know that it is biparental. If you look in terms of parent, I'm talking about sexual reproduction right now. It is biparental. यहाँ दो पेरेंट की जरूरत पड़ती है, राइट. यहाँ पर इसके सेक्सुअल प्रोपग्यूल्स आर नॉर्मली कॉल्ड एज गैमेट्स, है ना, गैमेट के फॉर्मेशन. बट हियर नॉर्मली द सेल डिवीजन इज मियोसिस. हाउएवर द सेल डिवीजन कैन आल्सो बी माइटोसिस. व्हाई? I told you earlier as well, मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुकी हूँ अपने other lectures में, आप मेरे other lectures को follow कर सकते हैं. The gamete of the ploidy should be invariably N. Ploid gamete की हमेशा N होती है. तो अगर मेरा parent diploid है, ठीक है, तब तो यहाँ पर गैमेट बनाने के लिए मियोसिस चाहिएगा. बट बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिज्म जिनका लाइफ साइकिल हैप्लॉन्टिक है, जैसे फंजाई, एल्गी, जिसका अडल्ट कैसा है, हैप्लॉइड है, वहाँ हैप्लॉइड से हैप्लॉइड बनाने के लिए यहाँ सेल डिवीजन कैसा चाहिए, माइटोसिस चाहिए. Irrespective of what the ploidy of the parent is, the ploidy of the gamete should always be haploid. So if the parent is diploid, it will be mitosis. If the parent is haploid, it will be going to be it will be meiosis, and here it will be going to be mitosis, right? Now what are the offsprings? They are not identical, rather they are similar to the parents. Yes, they do cause variation, and variation leads to good adaptive features. Variation से adaptive एबिलिटी जनरेट होती है. अडेप्टिव qualities generate होती है, thus they yes do contribute to evolution. Where are they found? They are more common in higher plants and animals. However, they are more common in higher plants and animals. However, they are also found in lower organisms. Kingdom Monera is the only kingdom in the entire living world. Kingdom Monera is the only one जिसमें sexual reproduction नहीं होता है. Other than that, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia, they all show sexual reproduction. Here, the gametes will not only be formed, but they will also be fused. There should be both formation and fusion of gametes. Right? What is the advantage? Let us put it here. What is the advantage of sexual reproduction? It causes variation. It gives rise to new adaptive features. Hence, the organism can evolve with time. Advantage, we have studied. Now, what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is, since disadvantage is that the process is little complicated, so it requires utilization of more resources. It is dependent, both the male and female organisms are required, and it is not as fast, and it does not normally give rise to many children in comparison to the asexual reproduction. Is that clear? So this is a quick recap. I'll give a quick recap and then I will move to asexual reproduction in detail. Right? So this is a comparison between the two. I told you asexual reproduction is that type of reproduction which involves one parent. Here they give different propagules in form of buds and spores. The cell division is mitosis. The offspring produce are clones. There is no variation. There is no new adaptive features. They do not lead to evolution. They are found in lower plants and animals. However, in higher plants and animals, some special reproductive strategies may be formed. The gametes may be formed here, but they will never be fused. In case of sexual reproduction, two parents, gametes are not only formed but fused. Here the cell division may be mitosis or meiosis. The offsprings are not identical, they are similar. They lead to variation. They bring about new adaptive ability in the organism, thus contributing to evolution, and they are normally found in higher plants and animals. But sexual reproduction has originated right from Protista. Monera is the only kingdom where there is no sexual reproduction. Otherwise, Protista, fungi, plantae, animals, all of them, then they can exhibit sexual reproduction. Both have their own advantage and disadvantage. The biggest advantage here is it does not depend on two sexes, so it is obviously very quick, fast, and large number of offsprings can be produced. Here it is time taking, it depends on the other sex, it is little not as assured method, and the offspring produced will be less in number. But the disadvantage here is it does not create variation, hence the organism does not have adaptive features to cope up with the changing environmental conditions. Hence the continuity of species is at stake. It does not contribute to evolution, whereas here the condition is reversed, better adaptive features, so they can evolve with time. Right? So this is about what is sexual and asexual reproduction. Now we will move into asexual reproduction in details, and we will try to classify the asexual reproduction and what are its various types. This I will see in my next video, and in the meantime, as I always say, please, if you like my content, please press the like button. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel, and press the bell notification so that you can come to know when I'll upload my next video, that is on the types of asexual reproduction as well. And please put your comments in the comment box, especially if you could not understand something, if you have any doubts, or if you want me to make some new videos for you in certain topics which you want me to explain it to you. Thank you. Till then, keep studying and keep well.